So today's review is going to actually be a little bit different. I have decided for the first time ever to give a 2024 book recap. So I have read approximately over 50 books this year. That's just counting my novels and stuff for children and all like the book reviews and things. But in all, if I counted even all my other books that I read, I probably am over or close to 100, if not over. Anyhow, for today, I thought it would be helpful as sort of an end of year 2024. What were my top picks and what were not my top picks? So obviously you could go back and read and watch all my reviews and that would give you sort of the information. But if you would like the shortcut, then just hang tight for just a few minutes and I will share those with you. So my top 2024 favorites are a little bit of a mixed bag. So my number one favorite book that I loved this year was a YA realistic fiction book by Sally Plaw, and it was The Fire, the Water, and Maudie McGinn. And I just love this story. It is the story of a young girl who's neurodivergent. She is autistic, and she's really sort of trying to battle what's real and what are lies that she's been told, and trying to show that she has the strength to do things that people didn't think she could. Another book that I absolutely loved this year was The Sherlock Society by James Ponti. It is a middle school fiction book, and this is one of the books that I've read more recently. I loved this book. I just laughed out loud. I really loved the characters, particularly the grandpa, and strong parental role models that are in the book for the children. My number 3 favorite book that I have read this year was The Trader's Son by Pedro Urbi, and this was a YA fantasy, and this book is actually written by a Spanish author. So if you are looking for information more about any of those top 3 books, definitely go and check out my other reviews and you can get more details on them. But those are definitely my favorite picks of the things that I have read this year. So my worst list. Honestly, Tree Table Book by Lois Lowry was not one of my favorites. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more from a Lowry novel, but it kind of fell short for me. There's also some questionable things that were in the book. Definitely check out my review if you're interested in what those may be, or you can just simply take it at face value and maybe just pass over that book. The other one I read was earlier in the year. My daughter came to me and was wondering about The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Susan Collins because she had read the Hunger Games series, and I'm so glad that I read that one first. It's just terrible. There were things in the book that I definitely don't approve of that were definitely more gruesome than I thought that The Hunger Games was, unless it's just been a really long time since I've read them and I just don't remember, which, I mean, I'll give full disclosure that could definitely be possible. But overall, the writing of the book and the characters, there was just so much about that book that I just did not like. So I definitely steered my daughter away from that book. You know, life is short. There's better things to read. So if nothing else, hopefully this short little video clip of my 2024 favorites kind of give you a pause, some things to kind of go back and look for. Maybe for birthdays coming up in 2025, you can sneak these in and add them to some children's books list. The good ones, that is, like not the questionable ones. I would skip over those. But I have had an enjoyable time reading and providing some book reviews and hopefully some support for families in 2024. Stay with me for 2025. I have a huge to read pile and many more books to share with you.